Hello, good afternoon, lovelies. I want to first apologise for the echoey room here. It's very small, but there's actually not very much in it, which is why it gets very echoey. So sorry about that. But I hope everyone's doing well and you all have a cup of tea with you. As you probably saw, made a pot of something herbal. I'll be honest, I have no idea what it is. It was a packet of tea that I bought in Prague, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. So tea doesn't go out of date, right? I wanted to use the teapot because I thought it would go really well with this room, but actually, it's not quite the same blue. I thought it was. Uh, and I also really wanted to wear some pink today. You'll see why. But I also realised I don't actually own very much in pink. So we'll go for some boring blue with some gold accents today. And you'll be delighted to know that I have absolutely no plans this evening. So I did not schedule this video probably at the best timing. I am not killing two birds with one stone by doing a makeover and then going out. No, I'm going to do a makeover and then go and do some more work, i.e. procrastinate on my laptop. Anyway, doesn't matter. So today, as I mentioned in a previous video, I got the Guerlain. Definitely did not pronounce that properly, but I do not speak French. So I got the new Guerlain ombrage eyeshadows, and I actually got this when it's still in season. So I did get it off Vinted. It was brand new, but obviously someone else was selling it, so I got it a lot cheaper. But I just loved this. Look at that. It's like their denim collection. I do believe they did a denim collection a few years ago, maybe 2023. Feel free to comment down below. I do not remember. And the denim patterning, let me try and denim pattern was a lot more gorgeous, I have to say. It had like bumblebees and some like pink flowers and things. This one is a bit more sort of minimalist, but I love a blue denim. So, I mean, who doesn't? So I really wanted to get one of these and try it out. And comes as obviously it comes in this little pouch, which I didn't realize. I don't have the box anymore, but it comes in this pouch and it says Guerlain on the box there. And then when you open it up, there's like a mirror and it comes with these little eyeshadow applicators. And on one end, you've got the usual sponges. Trying to get this in focus. And on the other end, you've got one that's like quite a thin, like sponge, and one that's like a brush. I haven't used those yet, obviously. Anyway, and here is this beautiful, let me try and, I mean, I'll be honest, I think you either love it or hate it. It has this kind of shimmery blue, this like champagne kind of color, which is also kind of like it's sort of shimmery, satiny, but not quite as much as this one. This one's like a copper with a similar formula to the champagne. And this is like a matte, kind of bright, like medium pink. And I loved how Barbie it was. I loved it. I loved it. So I thought I would try it out today. I've given it a few test runs and the formula is exquisite. It is exquisite. I mean, years ago, I just assumed everything, all eyeshadows were the same, and all of the hype was just, influencers, just being influencers. And actually, I've tried a few formulas, and this one in particular, where it's smooth, it's supple, it glides on, it blends out beautifully. The pigmentation is gorgeous. It doesn't have strong pigmentation, I have to say. It's very, very subtle, if I can say that about such bright coloured eyeshadows. But it's very subtle. The only issue I find with this is that it it doesn't last the whole day. I mean, it's on, but it ends up blending out and shearing out kind of by itself. So by the end of the day, you've got this kind of nice watercolor wash on your eyelids, and it's not clearly defined where the colors are. So I'd say this is like I don't know, a 2 hour day or an afternoon coffee kind of thing, not an all day workwear look. But anyway, we're going to go into this. So I've already done, I think you can see, well, I hope you can see, I've done my makeup, my complexion, should I say. So I've put on, I just kept it simple. You know, clearly I'm not going on a date, so why would I really bother to do all the little things? But I just put on some, the Dior Stick Foundation, which I think is a little bit darker for my skin, but I just about get away with it. Stick foundation. I put some of the Charlotte Tilbury's, the Blur concealer on under my eyes and just, you know, spot concealing. And I put some powder on just to blur and finish. And I have a few other things I wanted to do quickly before, I'm just putting my hair up, before I put my eyeshadow on. And I wanted to start with, I've got mascara and blush to apply at the end, and I've got now some highlighter and bronzer that I wanted to put on. So I'm going to go in with, it's a little bit dirty now, whoops, it's the Prada highlighter, and I saw lots of reviews for this just banging on about how amazing it was and how smooth it was. And hang on, let me try and do this properly. I've only used it a few times, so you can still see the little Prada triangle. It's kind of like a champagne color. They were banging on about how amazing this was, and I got one off Vinted again. I couldn't afford this brand new. I think it's like 80 or 90 pounds. And they're right. They're right. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's like got this gorgeous wet look. I'm hoping it doesn't show up my pores, but let's see. So I'm just taking in one of my Sonia G. It's the detail brush. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to use this. Now I am using natural light in here, so hopefully I'll put some just in the center. I'm going to use my fingers just to put a little bit in the corners up here, just to highlight the brow bone, and put some here just to brighten up the eyes. And then a bit on the Cupid's bow. So I don't know if you can see. I mean, I've obviously got terrible skin right now. Thank you, periods. But it's this beautiful, it's this like beautiful kind of wet look. Yeah, I mean, I could have picked a day when I had better skin, but I did not. I did not think that far. And for that, I apologize. And now I'm going to go in. Okay, I know you shouldn't put liquids and creams on top of powders, but clearly I have not thought this through very well. But I'm going to use my Chanel Le Beige creamy, healthy glow bronzing cream. Again, got the light here. You can just see all the fingerprints. I got this as a gift a few years ago, and I'm using the Sonia G Sheer Buffer, which has got this kind of dual fiber synthetic and goat hair. Just putting that in there. I'm just going to do like a bit of a bronzer. I'd say this is quite warm, and actually probably isn't my color because I've got kind of slightly yellowy. I've got Middle Eastern, Eastern European skin. My mum's Polish, so I don't have the nice rosy British skin. I've got this slightly yellowy, neutral olive undertone, which means that I don't really look good in cold colors, and I also don't look good with pinky tones. So This is going to take some time to build up, I think. Okay. Don't know if you can see, there's like a little bit of warmth there. Oh, I should probably do some swatches just to show you. That's the highlight, kind of this beautiful champagne. And then if I take this bronzer, it's quite sheer, but you can see it's like this bronzy, like browny bronzy. So yeah. Right, now in with the eyeshadow. So I'm going to start out with I'm going to do a new look today because the ones I normally do are, I go in with a lot of the blue and then I line with the pink because I've got blue eyes and I wanted them to pop. But I find that the pink actually ends up fading and it's not a strong enough, it's almost like not strong enough against the blue. So I'm going to go in with this. I'll do some swatches again. So there we go. So we have this kind of like, this like champagne, right from my face, this like copper, the blue and the pink. And as you can see, the blue is a lot more shimmery than the other two, which are kind of more of a sheen. So I'm going to go in with my Chikuhodo brush. I'm going to start off with just laying a base with the champagne colour. It's just, look at that, it just blends beautifully. And actually in this light, it looks almost like slightly pinky. I don't know if you can see. It's almost kind of pinky. Okay. Lovely. And I'm just going to blend that out with another blender brush. I'll put all of the information in the description of what brushes I'm using, what products I'm using, so no need to take notes now. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with this the copper shade. I'm going to do like a halo, I think. So I'm going to use like a smaller kind of fluffy brush. I'm going to do a halo just to define the outer, just to define the eye. And I would say that this eyeshadow, it does have a bit of kick up when you use it because I think it's just so soft. I mean, it doesn't really bother me because it doesn't seem to go anywhere. It kind of stays in the pan. I basically don't get like a dusty vibe. And in case you can hear it, my cats are clawing at the door trying to get in. They don't like knowing there are things happening in this flat that they're not invited to. And as soon as they know what it is, they lose complete interest. So they've got serious FOMO, basically. Okay, so I'm going to blend that out again. I'm going to blend that out. You kind of see it. I feel like when I'm looking at myself at the viewfinder and my face is so asymmetrical. And I don't know whether you get used, like the viewers get used to it or they can see it. Like I've watched other YouTubers who do beauty and they look amazing. And I wonder, do they look at themselves and think, oh, I never saw my face look like that before? Anyway, that's for another day. Okay, I'm going to go in with the pink and I am going to use, you know what, I'm going to use one of these Sonia G, I mean, you can kind of see I've already used it on the blue. Whoopsie. I'm going to use one of these Sonia G soft shaders and I'm just going to I'm going to go to town and see what happens. I'm just going to go in the, okay, hello. I'm going to go in the, actually really beautifully, can you see? It like blends in with the copper really well. but in a way that it kind of just, I don't know, it works. It works. It's not like I just shouldn't have bothered with the copper color. That is gorgeous. So I looked online and they have a few different looks for this. And one of them is using the blue as kind of a topper and putting it in the center of the eyes. I'll try and remember to kind of flash a picture up here, which I liked. And I wouldn't actually have ever thought of doing it that way. And it does really have this beautiful kind of watercolor effect. Um, and then the other way of doing it was to, I think, line the eyes with the copper and then put pink. I think, was it pink on the whole lash or the champagne? I think it was a more diluted effect. Anyway, I'll try and remember to put the image up. And I thought both were really lovely. But if I'm being honest, if you've got kind of I wondered if they made it kind of safe so that people would feel they could still buy this even if they didn't like dramatic effects. And I did think, well, it's a bit of a shame because this is a dramatic eyeshadow palette. You know, it's full on Barbie. Right, I'm going to line the bottom now with the same brush, but I'm going to just turn it upside down and just add in some pink. This is like, I don't know why this didn't come out when the Barbie, the whole Barbie, the movie came out, and then everything. I remember Lush had loads of stuff in pink, and I think Essie had a pink, like a Barbie pink nail polish, which I obviously bought. It was amazing, and I used to hate pink, but Barbie brought it back for me. I am so, I tell you what, I am so impressionable. I'm so impressionable. Food, merchandise, anything. I'm like, oh, that's a really great idea. Okay, so let me blend that out again because I feel like I want to really amplify the pink. I mean, don't my eyes pop? I quite like it like that, but I wonder if it's there's not enough definition. So I'm going to go in with the blue now, and let's see. Let's see if I can make it look like not terrible. So here you go, the blue. It's like a metallic. I think it's meant to be a denim blue, but I'd say it's more like I mean, it's kind of a denim in shade, but obviously it's glittery. So I'm going to go in with the Sonia G Flat Definer. And I'm going to, oh God, there's a lot of pickup with this, I have to say. Right, so let me try and do this. Yeah, so this is not as pigmented as you'd expect, I have to say. Which I guess is a good thing because it means that you're quite limited with what looks you can do. Okay, I've done like a little wing. I'm gonna line the bottom. And again, like I said, it does sheer out a bit. So what you do is you get, you know, the definition isn't quite what one might expect. So you've got to really build this up. Okay, let me just make this wing again. It in my water line, which means that it feels very dry. Okay. Wow. It's quite pretty. I like that. I do really like that. I don't know if my partner will like it. It does look very it looks like what Barbie wears on her, like the Barbie dolls, what she has on her as her makeup. But I really like it. I really like it. I think it's very cute. Um, I mean, I'm nearing my mid-30s, so I'm hoping it's not giving me kind of mutton dress as lamb look. But you know, sod it. I want to die soon, so So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go in with some blush. It's the same one I used last time. It's the Lancome blush subtil in Rose Sable, which is this lovely, like it's yeah, rose. It's a lovely rose color. Let me use the viewfinder quickly. And my thinking was, you know, I'm gonna have to use a proper mirror. This is quite rose. I thought this was kind of like a nice pink that would go with the pink on my eyes, but actually this is a lot warmer. It might look a bit silly. Anyway, whatever. So that's done. And now I'm going to do my eyebrows and my mascara. But how is everyone, by the way? Is everyone holding up, surviving, enjoying the good weather? Anyone feeling very challenged by any of the work that they're doing, particularly if any academics out there? Are you okay? And I promise it will be over. It will be over, probably not as soon as you'd like it to be, but it will end at some point. I mean, I'm really hoping to build a fam around my blog, as you know, crumblesofsanity.com. It's for academics, from an academic, and it's just meant to be there as like a gentle distraction, like a healthy procrastination tool, and something that you can go to just get a, I don't know, get a reality check, get a sane check, just feel a little less alone. So please do visit. But of course, like I'd love to have a community on here too. I just post videos with gentle things, a lot of pottering, a lot of cats. Um, you know, a lot of following me around what probably is for a lot of people, a very mundane daily life. But you know, it's just gives you an excuse to pause, put something chill on the background. I'm using the Chanel volume mascara in Noir. Yeah, this is not, I'm not reinventing the wheel here with these videos. I just want something relaxing, something simple, something you can, as I said, put on in the background and just have a cup of tea and take a 20-minute time out. You know, maybe it's really boring and it'll help you get to sleep. Or it's one of those things that you put on in the background so you feel like you're not the only one at home, which I do sometimes. Usually when I've just watched a horror film. Saying that, I've just watched Weapons. I know I'm late to the game. But I love a horror. I love a crap horror. And I don't mean like, oh, 1980s horrors that are now classics. No. I mean, I love a crap horror that was made like 2 years ago, where it's just like a bit of adrenaline, absolutely no character development. The storyline is just terrible. I love it. Weapons, I have to say, didn't really scare me. Had some weird, creepy moments, I have to say. There's that Asian guy, I think he's British Chinese, do not quote me on that. Um, he was in some obscure comedy stuff, and he was also in The Martian, and he plays one of the characters. And I loved him. I loved him. I did think, where are you? Why aren't you in more movies? Um, I love the first two thirds. I thought it was great. I remember someone saying, "Oh, it's one of those. It's a horror film where they actually say what one would say if they were in that situation. You know, it's not. You know, they haven't made up some dialogue that would never really take place just to develop the storyline, and that's exactly what you get. And I loved it. I thought it was great. The first two thirds were brilliant, but as soon as you worked out what the underlying horror theme is, I kind of got a bit bored, I have to say. But yeah, okay. I haven't overdone it with the eyelashes, and I actually think some lippy would be nice, and I've totally forgotten it. So let me go Mm. Okay, I am back and I think I'm on my last pot of tea. So yeah, feel free also to comment on your thoughts on weapons. I mean, this space can be for anything. Why not? Okay, so what I decided is I've got the Pillow Talk Medium in the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, and I thought I'm gonna just like give my lips some definition, so you can see where the moustache ends. I'm too scared to get it waxed, and the actual lip starts. But also, some people I think do like the androgynous look, and I think I pull that off very well. Do not comment on that. I'm joking, of course you can. But keep it nice, keep it PG. So, my lips are a bit dry. Okay, I've kind of blended that in. Oh, I am ready to go out. Or not, as it happens. So, and I got this, again, vintage. It's the Chanel Rose Naif, I think. 804. It doesn't actually say what it is. I think it's Rose Naif. And French, obviously, I pronounced that wrong. And it looks like a bubblegum pink, but when it's on the lips, it just makes everything look really juicy. I actually got this tip from Michelle Wong, I think. She's a beauty YouTuber. You know, she's amazing. I love her. She's American, and she just says it how it is. Okay. Now, of course, you can't quite see the colour because I put the um the lip liner on. But what do you think? I think we're done. I think we're done. Let me just let my hair down. Just looking at the viewfinder. Let's get some volume in there. Not that I need it. Oh, lovely. Right. I'm now going to make the most of this makeup look and go and cuddle my cat while staring into the abyss and trying to decide what tasks am I meant to do but actually want to avoid doing. So, yeah, anyway, as always, please do subscribe, comment, like, all the things, all the YouTube things, and my blog, crumbsofsanity.com, is where I have lots of recipes and anecdotes from my PhD and academic days. And as I said, just really would like to create this kind of comforting, warm, gentle space for people who might need it. So if that's your kind of thing, you don't take yourself too seriously, please join. Please read. And I'm also on Instagram, Crumbs of Sanity blog, if you want to have a more like day-to-day view of not what I should be doing, but what I am doing, which is usually food related, matcha related, cat related, procrastination related. Anyway, I love you all. Big hugs and kisses, and take care of yourselves.